Hello and welcome to the Justice for Gamers video game podcast. This will be our first of our podcast series, which will be a weekly thing. So sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Today we're going to be talking about various news things that will be going on. We'll probably talk a lot about who we are, what we're going to be doing. Check out our website, justiceforgamers.com. And then we'll wrap it all up with a nice Q&A. But obviously, because this is our first one, we haven't really got any question and answers, so we'll make it up, I guess. So I hope you enjoy it.
Hello and welcome to the very first ever Justice for Gamers podcast. My name is Alex and I'm joined by Ash.
How's it going? Yeah, welcome to, as Alex said, the first ever Justice for Gamers podcast. It should be entertaining, I believe.
Am I allowed to call you Schley or Schlebear on this podcast, or is that a pet name just for me?
I think that should be a personal thing, even though if anyone actually does listen to this, that'll probably be what I'll be known as from now on. But yeah, I think we should go for Ash and Alex. It'll probably be the best instead of our pseudonyms.
Alright then, Schlebear. Well, in that case, so yeah, we're a couple of people who aren't really involved in video games.
No.
In terms of in a
not
professional.
at all.
We never have been, although we'd quite like to be.
Oh yeah.
Probably in the future at some point, maybe. But either way, so it should be a fairly fresh perspective rather than an average Joe perspective.
Yeah, well, we've been playing games for quite a while. I'd say a lot of years. But should we say how old we are?
We've been playing together for
I don't know.
15 years, something like that. We've been playing games together.
Yeah, and, probably about 15 years now. It's got to be
through several console cycles and
PCs.
And yeah. And PCs, yeah.
Many PCs.
So yeah, we decided it was time to do something
Spread
about
our knowledge.
Yeah. I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah. Not knowledge, mainly opinions, I'd say.
Opinions. Yeah, it's important to stress that our website and this podcast is very much our opinions. But thankfully, because of the fact that I say thankfully, because of the fact that we're receiving no money from any sort of game developers or advertising for game adverts, and there's no commercial thing going on here. In the sense of our opinions, we can say whatever the fuck we want, and we will.
Yeah, true.
Within reason. We're reasonable people.
Just in case you've managed to come across this podcast without seeing our website, it is justiceforgamers.com. You'll find a few articles at this moment in time. They will be expanding.
Yes, we've just launched. We've launched this week. This week being, well, it's the 5th of March today. Where's the year going, by the way?
I don't know, seriously. What is going on?
Terrifying.
It's because we're so excited about computer games. That's why it's going so quickly.
We're so excited about computer games that it's highlighting our swift progression towards death.
Yes,
and there's something for everyone to think about.
Yeah.
So anyway, enough of all that. You can go to our website. We've got various interesting things, including, and probably worth highlighting, one of my most proud features of our website, the F4P.
Yeah, F4P. It's a great feature, which makes all kinds of sense.
Yeah, because part of progression, part of moving the games industry forward, I've always kind of felt like there's a bit of a hangover from the 90s when it comes to video games, in that a lot of the developers are struggling with the fact that their audience is older now. And it was very easy in the 90s to treat your audience like children, because they pretty much were children.
I was definitely a child in the early 90s, that's a fact.
In the early 90s, I was vaguely fetal, if I'm honest.
Probably.
I was barely fully formed. But at this point, in 2015, we're not children anymore,
No.
and it's a booming industry. It's a $1 billion industry.
Oh, it's silly money.
And we want it to keep growing and keep getting bigger and better. It's no longer some sort of weird thing to play games. It's widely accepted, and just as many women are playing as men, and so on and so forth. So part of that is
apparently it's a sport as well. So I've been told. I don't know. I'm getting old, and these things,
You're not happy with that.
might get by me. But apparently it's an actual sport now, and people are getting scholarships to universities through esports. No lie.
I mean, that blows my mind. That does.
It's insane. That's what that is.
It's mental.
It's literally I don't know. Maybe it makes perfect sense. I just don't know. But in my eyes, that just doesn't make sense.
As a fan of video games, I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
But I don't
really
know. Like, I'm a fan of other sports, and they're because they're physical. I guess I don't know. It does, but because
darts, mate. Snooker.
Darts. Yeah, snooker. These are sports.
Yeah.
Why not make it virtual? And it's all good. I don't know. What were we talking
I mean, does Phil the Power Taylor have the sort of dexterity to control several hundred units on StarCraft? I very much doubt it. I wouldn't have thought so.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. I can't speak for it. Maybe he's an avid fan. Who knows?
Yeah, indeed. Esports, living it up.
Anyway, coming round from what I was saying before, the F4P section of our website is basically a way of us calling out, for better or worse, things that we have noticed or have affected us in the games that we're playing at the moment. We're trying to keep it very much hands-on. We don't really want to comment on news stories or speculation, things that we haven't really seen ourselves. But if we're playing a game and we think something's really good about that game or really bad, then
get the Fonz
they'll go on
Phoenix.
the F4P, the Fonz or the Phoenix.
Indeed.
Of course, Fonz being the most famous thumbs up,
Arthur
and
Fonzarelli.
the Phoenix of and the Joaquin Phoenix thumbs down. Of course, he was the character Caesar in Gladiator. I think it was Caesar.
Who knows? I forget
But
these things.
a lot of people have asked me, and by a lot of people I mean
At least
my
one.
friend. Yeah. Asked me why it's Fonz or Phoenix when Fonz is a character name and Phoenix is the surname of the actor playing a character. And I said to him, "Fuck off."
Well, yeah.
So
That's phonetics, isn't it?
that's it's prime alliteration. You can't go wrong there.
It's not even the same letters.
So anyway, moving on from all that, maybe we should have a little chat about what we've been playing over the last week or so. So what have you been playing, Schleber?
GTA, as always.
Ash,
But
not Schleber, sorry.
no, thank you. Yeah, I prefer that. Being more professional and all that. But yeah, GTA, as always. Dabbled with it when it first came out on the 360, but then we decided that this is probably going to come out on next gen, so we waited a year and a bit probably until actually was it a bit longer for the PS4 version to come out. So we played a lot of the online aspect of it, but I never really got back into the single player. So yeah, I delved back into that over the past couple of months or so. Yeah, and I'm really enjoying it.
It's funny, that thing that people talk about with saying about games being cinematic. I know the Order's come out recently and they're saying, oh yeah, it's cinematic or whatever. I saw an interesting, Jim Sterling's Jimquisition. He did a little piece on how lazy a term cinematic can be for games, in that they don't really know what it means, and it just kind of stands for this sort of stale QTE kind of nonsense. GTA, I mean, how much more cinematic can you get than Grand Theft Auto, where you're creating your own sort of thing there, and it's got a sort of mission set up like any other.
It's
but
definitely drive by this like long-term story mode, which clearly just goes throughout the game, and it just develops so well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It gives it that feeling like it is like cinematic or like movie-like, where it's just like, this is insane. Even some of the side missions, like I did one of them, spoiler if you really haven't played this game, where you find, the old people that are like stalking all the celebrities, and you have to like chase one down.
The British couple.
Yeah, and you chase one down and go through the streets, and then you end up going through the hospital, and I'm like, fucking, this is insane. It's so good, and like it was just wicked. Like, yeah, wow. Yeah, that's what I would call cinematic.
I don't think you ever get over the wow, do you, with GTA 5?
Definitely not.
And I absolutely didn't play it at all on the last gen. I didn't pick it up on 360. I waited all the way around. I was so excited to play it on PS4. And yeah, it's been fantastic. Certainly GTA Online, and the fact that they're bringing out the heist mission. Yeah, bring it on. I'm very excited about that.
But are we going to have to play that with 4 people, or can we do that as a 2? That's the question. Have they answered that?
I think it's got to be. I think it has to be a 4, because it's kind of like set roles.
So we can't use like us 2 as playing as us 2, and then have a couple of AIs in there as like numpties.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
You're shit then.
If there are AIs in there, then there'll be better AIs than in Payday.
Yeah, because they were terrible.
But I don't know. I don't know the answer.
But yeah, I can't wait for that to come out again.
Payday 2. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So everyone's pretty much played GTA anyway. The other game that we got literally yesterday was Helldivers? Is it Helldivers?
Helldivers, mate.
Yeah, mate. What
Jesus.
a game. What a game.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. Helldivers is top-down isometric view Destiny with fun.
What kind of fun?
More fun than Destiny. It's
It's not very hard.
It's a twin stick shooter where it's got this weird persistent world thing going on, where you go to these different planets and you set up SAM sites or secure certain areas. It's all very video gamey.
Yeah, have your basic kind of go-to missions, like capture this or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. But then there's this whole worldwide thing, or sorry, universe-wide thing going on, where everyone's kind of, there's a bar at the top, and it's basically us versus them kind of thing, with humans versus aliens. And every time you liberate a world, then you add an extra couple of points to the bar, and you're actually fighting a community-wide fighting for the survival of the planet Earth.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things that I found that was really cool about it, was like you had a feeling that this was like community-based universal war, and it's like
absolutely.
It makes you realise, especially seeing the numbers like counting up on the mission select menu. Like we're like all these numbers are going up and up and up, but we're not actually progressing further. Like how long is this going to take to like control the universe back, kind of thing.
Absolutely. We'll be putting a piece up on the website in the next few days of your experiences so far, Ash, on that. But a lot of people are touching on certainly. Websites that have reviewed it, that have been looking into it and so on, are saying that this game's, I think you said probably the same in the sneak peek I've had at your article, that this game's kind of going to live and die by its community following. Like because of all of these community aspects and that being such a big part of the game.
What happens when everyone stops playing it?
I'll tell you what happens. It goes on PS Plus.
Oh yeah, well, and then there's a whole new community of people, and it thrives again. Good shout.
Yeah, totally. And we will talk about PS Plus in our news section, by the way. We haven't skipped over that. We've got 4 new games this month.
Oh yeah,
and,
4 big news.
They're worth talking about.
They're worth downloading though.
Well, it depends on your hard drive capacity, really. But,
True.
Some are bigger than others.
No, big man.
Yep. Yeah. So, what have I played a bit of Trials Fusion last night on my own for the first time in about a year.
What? Like literally,
Yeah,
I went on your stats like a couple of weeks ago, and it was like, yeah, you've only booted the game up like 5 times since launch.
Well, I'll tell you why that is. And if you go on Thorns or Phoenix, you'll see why that is. It's because Trials Fusion launched, and I was dead excited about Trials Fusion. And it launched with no Supercross mode for online multiplayer.
Yeah.
It just wasn't there. And that was why we played that game. It was
ace.
To play with each other. It was to play...
Evolution. That was like the main big thing, because like Trials HD is clearly one of my favourite games of all time. Like I play that game way too much.
Everyone's got a certain specialty. and your special game is Trials. You're top 1% in the world on that thing. It's terrifying.
It'll do. But yeah, so when Evolution added the multiplayer aspect, it was like, fuck, I need to get everyone else on this action. So I kind of badgered everyone to get it, and then I just dicked all over you. Yeah,
and we loved it. We loved every minute of it.
Yeah, I know. You really enjoyed the losing.
We spread them. We were loving it. Yeah. It was brilliant.
Good times.
No, that was the thing. That was the reason to buy it, and I don't know. I mean, I didn't look into it enough. When it was... they did release a couple of statements a few weeks before launch saying that those features weren't going to be in there from the off. But it's not my job as a consumer to trawl through video game websites looking for the latest Red Links update on Trials Fusion. They put something in their game. It was the main reason that I bought Evolution, and I loved it, and then they released another game and it didn't have it. And so yeah, Trials Fusion has been sitting underneath my console collecting dust for about 10, 11 months.
Yeah.
And they finally released the game mode. People are suddenly building loads of Supercross levels for it.
Fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Well.
And I tell you now, if you pick that thing up, especially with the season pass, because they've been very good.
It's on sale right now.
Yeah. They've been brilliant with content.
It's like you can get it for the season pass for like £12 or something.
Yeah. It is. If you've got some friends to play it with, it is well worth it now. It really is, because there's just so much content there, and even if you get it without the season pass, I mean, the community levels, the fact that it's got a full blown level editor in there, and some of the things people have made on that thing are amazing.
Yeah.
It's well worth it now. So it's a cracking package now. Finally, it's taken taken long enough, but
about a year or so, isn't it? I'm sure it was about March time, wasn't it, last year?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
So what did you do in your single player experience? Did you just go into single player or what? Just dicked about?
I was playing through the new DLC packs and stuff. I downloaded a few levels just to try out and stuff. I just fancied a go last night and
had a pop.
Yeah. It was all right, but it's just nothing in comparison to playing with friends. That's why I bought the game. So that kind of highlighted that.
Yeah.
The only other thing I've really been playing in the last week or so is Pro Evo PES 2015.
Standard.
Because I'm after the platinum on that game.
Yeah.
If you head over to the website, then there's an article up about trophy hunting that I wrote. It's obviously pro trophy hunting because that's what I'm doing. So it probably would be trying to justify myself in some way.
Trophy hunter. Well played.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Like proper MLG.
Yeah.
So I found out something horrendous last night. I've been slowly working my way through the Become a Legend mode, where you have to become World Footballer of the Year and best footballer in South America and in Asia. I'm currently doing the Asian one. And there was a trophy on there that I hadn't read properly that said win 6 games in a row on superstar difficulty.
Right.
Which I thought, okay, well that sounds quite taxing, but that's doable. I'll get there. I'll just keep practicing. I'll get there. That's not what it is.
Okay.
It's not as simple as that. It's win 6 games in a row on superstar difficulty in the My Club game mode.
Oh, the My Club's like the FIFA
Ultimate Team. It's the
which
Ultimate
is
Team
brilliant,
rip-off.
which is, you know, the greatest ever game mode that I've ever seen.
I've always hated Ultimate Team. I've no interest in it. I'm playing through it for this trophy.
I've had my days with my Merlin sticker book, buddy. I've paid my dues.
Totally. No, it is like that. It's just like, it's trying to capture the spirit of that, but whilst fucking you.
Yeah, Gibbons. I mean, I think if I was like, 10 again, I'd be all over that. I'd be like, yeah, I got this guy. It'd be amazing. But no.
Yeah, and you could argue that it's better value for money getting players that you can play with in a game rather than
just getting a sticker and being like, oh, I got a shiny sticker. Got the Crystal Palace emblem. Yeah, get in, son.
Yes. Come on.
Yeah.
But this achievement, this trophy, rather, you have to beat the computer of 6 games in a row on superstar difficulty. You have to work your way up to the game, letting you play on that.
Oh, to play to that difficulty. Oh my god.
So you start in regular.
Yeah. And you have to increase your team stats or something.
No, you have to keep playing. So it's like a seasonal thing.
You have to play.
Yeah, so I have to play 18 games to get from regular difficulty to professional difficulty, and then I have to play another 18 games. This is if I win them all, by the way.
Yeah.
I have to get 18 professional wins to go up to top player, then another 18 top player wins to get up to superstar, and then I need to win 6 more.
What happens if you lose? Do you have to, like, does it go down again if you lose, or
depends how many you lose. But there is what someone said online was, to get up to superstar difficulty, I have to play 54 games, winning 90% of them, and then I need to win 6 more.
That's easy, mate. No question.
So that's what I'm doing at the moment on Pro Evo, which is well worth it. And now it is time for the news.
The news.
So, that was a beautiful thing. So, here's the first bit of news that I've got for you.
What have we got coming at us this week?
Valve partners with HTC for Steam VR headset. So, HTC, they've cuddled up to Valve. They've seen the possibilities that Steam can bring.
No, this is quite large. Steam, it's pretty impressive.
It's kind of a big deal.
It's a big player.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
And so HTC getting involved with Valve. This is, you got your Oculus Rift, which Facebook have bought. I don't know what's going on there. You got Project Morpheus coming out.
Yeah. What's the other one? What's the other one? There's another mobile phone one, isn't there? I'm sure there is.
Is there?
Yeah, I'm sure it's like LG or something. I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? It's
pretty cheeky. I tell you that the funniest thing about this story is that news came out. I think it was on Friday, and then on either Monday or Tuesday, the a spokesperson from HTC, who I cannot remember the name of right now, they got a bit overzealous. They clearly got a bit excited about this, decided to G it up a bit, and started talking about various games that they're going to try and get going, various Valve games they're going to try and get going on the VR headset. They're talking about Dota and
go on,
talking about Team Fortress, and then name dropped Half-Life as a thing that they would have running on there.
Oh, no, they didn't.
Yeah, at which point, obviously, someone at Valve, by the looks of things, has gone, hang on a minute.
What?
Like they've been trying to curb the Half-Life 3 talk for some time anyway.
Just a scotch.
Any sort of Half-Life talk, you know, you're getting to the point now where Gabe Newell will order a hit squad. So this woman was then forced to retract the statement, sheepishly, tail between the legs a couple of days later, saying, "Oh yeah, we kind of overspoke there. That's not really confirmed."
Yeah, we did,
and so on.
Yeah.
But also this week, and kind of related to that, Project Morpheus kind of went on the attack. They've got a new OLED screen going into their thing, and they've actually set a release year, which doesn't sound like a big deal. But no one's done that.
No one else has done it, have they? Just to let you know, it's Samsung. It's the Samsung Gear VR.
Oh, well Googled.
Where the 2D screen... Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm a pro.
That's some speed, some speed Googling.
And yeah, nice. it's pretty much... I don't know if it's going to be like the same thing as the HTC, but I doubt it, because I'm guessing HTC are going to make an actual unit where this Samsung one is... I'm sure you just like literally drop your phone in there. And then...
Oh, I remember something about this now.
Yeah. You must have seen it.
I remember thinking I saw an article a long time ago. I think it was like Lifehacker or something for cinema screens when you're camping, and it was basically a cardboard box with a mobile phone sized hole at the top of them, and you sit your mobile on top of the box and just lay in your tent looking up, and it's like a cinema experience.
That's wicked.
And that's what it sounded like when they did the released it.
Nice. So yeah, this Samsung Gear VR, it says that it's like powered by Oculus, so I don't know if they're making like the software or something like that for it, but yeah, so it's like this headset, and you just drop your Galaxy Note 4 into it, and it's like, yeah, boom, you're away. Virtual reality.
Sounds
in your
cheeky.
face. Yeah, I don't know.
God.
It's probably wank. But
what do you make of this VR stuff then? Like we're getting on now.
Right, okay,
we're scared of change.
I've had a couple of experiences with VR. These were like 10 years ago or something. First one was like the Virtual Boy when I was in the States, which was fucking epic. I played some kind of like Star Fox like shooter, but it was like it's just red lines, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. But then the second time, I think it was like my 18th birthday, and we went to the Trocadero, and I played I got into like this little kind of like stand thing, put the headset on, and I had like a shotgun as well. And this was 10 years ago, so it still looked really shit, but it was cool. It was weird, but I could see it being like an arcade thing, but I don't know about in your own home. I don't know, when I'm at home, I'm just too lazy. I just can't be asked. It was like with the Kinect and shit like that. I was just like, I can't be asked to stand up and do crap. I just want to sit here with the controller.
But you don't have to, though. This is the thing, though. I had that kind of same sort of feeling about it as well. But actually, I don't think you have to. You haven't got to stand up or you ain't got to do dick all, man. Like you got
to move your head about, though, don't you? Surely.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to move your head. You do have to move your head, but you can stay sitting down with a troll in your hands. Yeah, like, you haven't got to get up and like run about. You're not like kayaking or some such nonsense.
Virtual kayaking, can't wait. Fucking
I think
sweet.
it comes down to, I mean, essentially, until it gets to the point where this is like an all-encompassing console, then this remains a peripheral, doesn't it? This is like buying a steering wheel or something.
And a lot of the things are using for the Morpheus, they're using like the PlayStation Move controllers. Like, so you're gonna have to be waving your arms around to like shoot stuff and crap like that. Like, I don't know if I want to.
So it comes down to laziness for you as to whether it's going to be a hit or not. Like whether you can be asked.
And like, yeah, I can't. I don't want to get up and flail my arms about or whatever. I just want to,
I'll tell you what I think is really exciting about it is racing games.
Yeah, that'd be cool because you just sit there.
You ain't got to move in a racing game.
Anything where you just sit there, it sounds great to me.
Exactly. I love racing games like F1. Like I'm imagining playing F1 with a Morpheus on top of my head and not having to move, and that's not spoiling the immersion, not moving, because you don't get up and wander about in a racing car. And having that sort of sense of speed and the perspective that it gives, I find that exciting.
Yeah, that does sound proper cool.
But I think anything where you're walking about, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know.
I'm honest, but then I haven't, as a caveat, I've never had an Oculus on. I've never played with a Morpheus or anything like that. So I'm speculating wildly.
It's going to be interesting, but I think Sony are going to do pretty well out of it. Mainly, I think they're going to undercut a lot of people on price point because obviously they been in the industry of video games for a long time, and they failed miserably with the PS3 with the pricing of that. So they understand what happens when you price something wrong. So I think they're going to come out quite on top. I'm not too sure
I'm
about
liking
the
look of the Morpheus. I'm just concerned about the price point. Anything that's a peripheral that isn't required.
Yeah.
You know, you're already buying a PS4. I know that consoles are coming down in price and so on, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's move on.
Indeed. What's next?
So the next thing that I was going to talk about was the Unreal Engine 4 now being free to all developers, but let's just not bother because that's quite boring. The only reason I wanted to highlight it was the fact that a lot of... certainly if you're someone who's regularly on Steam at the moment, then you're probably getting sick of terrible Unity games being launched on that platform.
Yeah,
and
bad.
Perhaps the Unreal 4 engine being free all of a sudden could encourage a slightly higher caliber of product to appear on your storefront.
Yeah, I mean, like when I was at uni many moons ago, or was it like 10 years ago or something now, we used I think it was Unreal 3 engine. It just become free to release. So we were using that to do all of our developing and stuff. And yeah, it was like, that engine's friggin' awesome. Like, it's so easy to make stuff on. So like, I'm really looking forward to like what these independent, developers come out with now that they've got this like powerhouse behind them. It should come up with some really interesting stuff.
I think it was they had it going at about $20 a month, something like that, and they've changed that from, rather than paying an upfront fee for it, you're talking about a 5% royalty fee.
Yeah, I think that's what it's about, 5%, isn't it? Like, and that was their whole like tagline: "We make money when you do." And I was like, that's a brilliant tagline. It's a bit like,
definitely
you make money for us, but then it's like, well, you haven't got to pay us in the first place, so
they're supplying the technology, and it's encouraging people to be successful. I think it's a good move from Epic, and it can only encourage more developers to dabble with it, and should mean better games, certainly on PC. And when a game hits Steam and is successful, these sleeper hits that sometimes are independent and so on, then more often than not, someone will pick them up at Sony or Microsoft, and the consoles will get involved.
Yeah, given.
So
I think that will get a fonz from me. I think
it's a definite fonz. Definite fonz. Big news, Ash.
Shit off.
There's a new patch update for Pro Evolution Soccer 2015.
Oh my god, here we go.
Fucking 60 new fucking faces.
New faces, so I can change my face.
Yeah. No, new faces for players who no one thought would do anything this season, and now have, like Harry Kane. You got
really?
Harry Kane.
Oh wow,
face.
that's actually interesting, because that's really cool actually. So they've actually gone.
Harry Kane's no longer a 62 on Pro
so
Evolution Soccer 2015.
But that's interesting that they've updated the visuals. Like that's really something quite cool that because like there's always been the things like where the team stats get updated every week and things like that, but to actually update the visuals of the game, like halfway through a season. New faces. That's impressive.
New boots. New balls.
Fucking sweet. Stadiums?
A few new stadiums as well, mate.
Good.
Including La Bombonera.
No, my favourite.
Which is exciting.
My favourite.
Unfortunately, you cannot pick your stadium when you're playing online team play, so we'll continue to play in the American art.
I love the American art. Thank God. Each time we play that, they cut the grass a different style, because otherwise I would not be happy.
You'd be furious. You'd be livid.
I'd be the bringer of fury.
It's true. Okay, so there's that. Number 5 on my list is we're using a Google Doc, folks, to keep track of what we're doing here. Number 5, I just wrote Helldivers !
I can see. I was like,
we've kind of covered.
We've touched on this.
We've already kind of covered Helldivers, but yeah, Helldivers really is. It's really fun if you have friends to play games with. Then
if not, I'm sure there's there's a huge community playing it, and apparently everyone seems to be pretty decent to each other. Just don't.
I actually played a couple of matches last night when you went to bed.
Oh, why would you do that?
Strangers.
So you've ranked up more than me now.
No, I only like 2 matches. I love you dearly. I thought it would be a good idea to see if that worked or not with this in mind, this podcast in mind.
No,
and I had a really good time because there's no point. You can't really troll on it unless you just want to lose. So it's.
I'm quite interested to see what that game's going to look like on my Vita when I get it back.
Incredibly high def. It's going to look pinpoint.
I think
wonderful.
So. It should look really good.
Yeah, because it was cross-buy, wasn't it? So,
yeah, on all 3 of them. Like, fantastic. What a buy.
Yeah, no, it's quality buy.
But do you reckon that I could play with you on the PS4 while I play on my Vita? Probably not.
I think it's going to be cross-play. I wouldn't have thought so.
That'd be.
You could always remote play it. I don't know why you would.
That's true. Be on the shitter or something.
Yes, yeah.
Standard.
So yeah, I mean, originally it was supposed to be a leak that Helldivers was going to be the PS Plus
PS
game.
Plus game. I remember that. That was like mid-February, wasn't it? And I was like, oh wow.
If you remember me saying, like, someone had posted on one of the websites I was looking at saying, oh bloody, not another PS Plus leak.
Yeah,
and I remember saying to you, I don't know of any other PS Plus leak.
Yeah,
so
I'm
not paying attention.
There's been a couple, but over the year and whatever we've had the PS4, then it's not been too bad. Or they've been scheduled, not leaks, but just scheduled, announcements. But yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, the PS Plus roster this month.
Nicely on to the next topic, like it.
Yeah, it was definitely, it was really smooth.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Smooth as you like.
I haven't looked up the PS3 and PS Vita titles. I don't know if you want to super Google.
Maybe.
But for PS4, we've got Oddworld New and Tasty, Counter Spy, Valiant Hearts, and Ollie Ollie 2. And we would comment on the Xbox games with gold, but we don't have Xboxes at the moment.
It is Rayman Legends. I remember that, and Tomb Raider or something. But I mean, if you haven't played them already, then
that sounds infinitely better
than
what I just read out. Quite frankly, Rayman Legends, personal favourite of mine.
Yeah. So on PS3, Counter Spy, obviously that Papo and Yo, which is weird, and Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment. And then on Vita it was Ollie Ollie 2 because that was meant for the Vita, and then you got it on PS4 as well, and also Counter Spy, which we got on PS4. So, the PS Vita ones are the same as the PS4.
It's worth noting that we aren't in any way PlayStation fanboys. We were 360 for the last 8 years, and we jumped across because it looked like a better deal. It still does, in my opinion.
Yeah, because we're not going to go into the whole exclusives and whatever. There's no point because there's no point.
We don't really play many exclusives, to be honest. So it was never a massive factor for us. We were looking at cost, the addition of Kinect, and so on.
Yeah, because we bought it like outright at the beginning, didn't we? And
within launch month.
Yeah. And I didn't want to connect, and I didn't want to spend more money because of the Kinect. And anyway, that was that. So what of these 4 games have you played then, buddy? Have you played any?
I've played all 4. I've played all 4 games. Ollie Ollie 2 is not for me.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to agree because I played the first Ollie Ollie quite a lot.
You've got the first one, haven't you?
Yeah, I bought it, and then maybe because I bought it, I played it a lot more. But this one, I'm just like, oh no, I'm alright. I've played.
What is it about? What is it about this one that you don't like?
It's the same game. I don't.
It's got manuals and stuff though, hasn't it? It's kind of shiny.
Well, no, like the thing I don't like, I can't get to grips with this game is like you go and do the flick tricks, like all your kick flips and stuff, and then you go into your grinds, which is standard, like classic Tony Hawk's. Love that stuff back in the day, and they just don't work. Like, or I can't get them to work. Like I'm flicking for a kickflip and he just doesn't ollie, or he does something completely different. So it doesn't feel like he's doing what I want, and because I played all the Tony Hawks back in the day, and also Skate, which is clearly one of the best like skateboarding games apart from Thrasher Skate and Destroy, which is amazing. I think that was like PS1.
MTV skateboarding, mate.
No,
Dreamcast.
mate, yeah, classic. Forgot about that. Yeah, yeah. But this kind of had the kind of like skate controls where you're doing like the flick it kind of style, and it just doesn't feel responsive enough. It doesn't feel like it's doing what I want it to do, and I think that's why on this one, like, I gave the first one a really good go, and I kind of got decent at it, but this one, like, I'm just not fussed by it. You know, I've played the first one, and this doesn't feel like it's, you know, moved on or changed anything. It's just, you know, it's just like an add-on or whatever. But I mean, it's only cheap, or in our case, it was free with our subscription. So I mean, you can't really ask for much more than that.
Yeah, I think people will get into it. I don't think it's a bad choice for a game for PS Plus, but it kind of felt very woolly for me, especially the landings. I felt like I was hitting X at the right time every time, and sometimes it would land and sometimes it wouldn't. I'm sure I would probably have got into it. I just couldn't be asked, if I'm honest. So then I played Valiant Hearts.
Yeah.
Which is something I've nearly bought on several occasions while it was on sale.
Yeah, we've spoken about
every
it
single
quite a few times, haven't we?
Yeah, and every single time I've thought to myself, no, that'll go PS Plus at some point. And it did, so I'm pleased. But I've probably played the first sort of hour or so of that. Yeah. And I really like it. I think it's really, really good. It's running on the Rayman Legends engine, which is one of my favourite games of last year, or the year before, depending on whether a remaster counts as a new release.
I only got that game this year, but you know,
you love that shit though.
It doesn't count as last year's game for me.
This thing's really cool. It's I think it's more story than gameplay.
Yeah.
In that it's kind of like no, it's not like Rayman in any way. It's a cartoon game about World War One. It's a little bit strange, the tone, because it feels quite serious. Actually, I was playing the first sort of half hour or so with my girlfriend, and we actually welled up a little bit. Like, I won't spoil it at all, but it actually kind of got us a little bit at the start.
Yeah.
And then shortly afterwards, we were chasing like some sort of comedy baron, like villain, and it just felt a little bit odd. The tone. Not the Baron, but A Baron. Certainly A Baron.
Mr. A Baron.
Mr. A Baron.
Nice.
I think I'm going to really like that. The music's fantastic on this thing.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into that game. I just need to find, you know, a good few hours where I can sit down and play it, and not want to play like games online with other people. I just want to like close off and get stuck into it. I think that's what this game looks like. It's one of those ones where you're going to sit down and you're just going to get involved and get engrossed in the storyline, and like you say, the music and things like that. It's going to take you away and things like that. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that game.
Very, very cool. So straight after that, I played Counter Spy.
Yes, I have played this one. This is like only played Ollie Ollie and Counter Spy. I played the first couple of missions of Counter Spy. I really like it. It's nice and simple. The art style's cool. I like the kind of like 2D to 3D kind of cover system that it's got. It's a bit odd.
Yeah.
I can definitely see myself like playing this like when I've got like 10-15 minutes or half an hour just to sit down, boot it up, do another level kind of thing. I don't think it's going to be like a game that's going to take a long time to get through. I could be completely wrong, obviously.
Does it feel like a Vita game to you?
Well, it is
much more Vita than I know. It's a cross-buy thing, but
yeah,
it feels much more handheld than like
possibly.
your big sort of
because it's not like graphically advanced and like I guess so. It hasn't got any audio for the voices. It's all text and things like that. So yeah, it could be mainly aimed at the Vita and things like that. Yeah, I guess.
I think what struck me was the it feels really tight. Like the control system feels real tight on this thing, and that kind of leads me on to the fourth game of the PlayStation Plus list, Oddworld New and Tasty. I played Counter Spy and immediately followed by Oddworld. And I don't know if it was just the transition between the two, but Oddworld just felt so fucking woolly.
Yeah.
Like it felt like I had very little control over what I was doing. Now I was never I never actually had a original PlayStation, and I never played Abe's Odyssey. I was aware of it.
I don't think I ever played Abe's
it.
Odyssey as well, you know. Like,
'Cause you had a PlayStation, didn't you?
I've had all of it, mate. I've had all of it.
You love a bit of it.
Yeah.
You love it. You just
No.
I don't know if having a soft spot for the IP would have kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd probably play
There's
a
a
little
lot
bit
of
more
these
it.
like remakes and stuff, like Grim Fandango and stuff like that, and it's like I don't know. I don't know if it's good or not.
Well, this is different. I think this is different because, and even though I haven't played it very much, I do know a little bit about it because I'm a professional. And
Indeed.
the difference between this and a game like Grim Fandango, they've basically just upscaled Grim Fandango. It's very popular to release remasters and stuff and call them remasters or remakes or what. This is a remake. This is a complete remake.
Yeah, it's
like,
just a completely different game, isn't it? Altogether.
Yeah, totally. They and
which is cool.
It apparently has captured the spirit of it, but I don't really know because I never played.
Yeah,
the
we never
original.
had that in the first place.
I think I played it on a demo disc, maybe at a friend's house. One time.
Demo discs. Those were the days.
I miss demos.
I miss
miss demos.
Yeah, I did. I think I speak about it in one of the upcoming articles that I'm writing or have written. I don't know.
No, well, let's not spoil that then.
Oh, it's a keeper.
Okay, well, we'll move on then to this, and this is a fun one. There's been a pre-alpha leaked Division footage for the Division, and Ubisoft have come out and said it's not representative of current quality, and they can't wait to show more. So this is the latest update for the Division. Worth noting, I followed the Division because when they showed that very, very first trailer for the Division, I got very excited because it looked like exactly the sort of game that I'd like to play, and they seem to have sort of saturated the market with just constant updates and images, and you know, with what happened with Watch Dogs being a downgrade, and you know, they're really low on.
I've lost a lot of interest in Ubisoft.
Yeah,
the past year or so with all the shenanigans that have gone on.
You just can't take them seriously now.
Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed.
God, yeah.
It's just not been good.
We'll believe it when we see it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm definitely not pre-ordering it unless it's like £5. Then I will.
They released a thing on their Facebook the other day that said "caption this," and it was a photo of the. And I think it was a photo of a still from the E3 video, E3 2014 video, which is nothing new whatsoever. Like, there's nothing going on there, and every comment below it was just, "Oh, when will this game be released?" That was like every comment, like when's the release date? Just getting tired of being dragged along, and you know, Ubisoft, they had a bad year last year. It's time for them to.
Just to scotch. Far Cry wasn't bad, apparently. Who knows?
Apparently that was good.
Yeah.
Apparently that was good.
Shame it wasn't full co-op, though.
They got a bit of Molyneux about them with their early reveals. Hopefully they will learn from that over 2015.
We shall see.
A couple more little things in our news section this week. Elite Dangerous is coming out on PS4 and Xbox One. Did you ever play Frontier Elite or Frontier Elite 2?
Possibly. It doesn't ring any bells though in my brain.
Okay. I played this game when I was a fetus, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't understand it.
Looking at pictures, it looks amazing.
What, you looking at Frontier Elite 2? It's just a couple of polygons.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah. But it's a space exploration game.
Who's this lovely lady? She looks pretty.
What you found?
Dunno. Alien people.
Well, anyway, I'm quite excited about that because we've got a couple of space sims on the horizon on console now because of that. Because there's the old No Man's Sky, which I'm sure we'll talk about more when there's something to talk about.
Yeah.
And Elite Dangerous. And I miss space sims. I used to love like X-Wing and TIE Fighter, and I had Frontier Elite 2 and the Amiga 1200. And I did like it. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I knew that there was something going on there. So, finally, big news. There's going to be a new Rock Band and a new Guitar Hero in 2015. What do you think of that?
I don't know if it excites me or not. Like,
Have you not got frothy loins at the thought of that?
I don't know, because last time...
You're not foaming at the gooch?
Not really, because, you know, like, we played the balls off of those games. And, you know, but last time we tried to play it, I think it was, like, one of our, like, gaming reunions, and we were probably a bit drunk and standard. But yeah, I don't know. It wasn't very exciting. And I don't know if it's just going to be exactly the same. I don't know if that's going to be exciting enough for me.
What is it about those games that... Because at one point, I know you, and you loved them.
Oh, yeah, give it.
What changed? What was it?
I probably just played it way too much. I reckon that's what it was.
You think it's literally just overexposure?
Yeah, because like literally we would just play it every day. Because this was when you were working and I wasn't, which is weird.
The old switcheroo.
Yeah, turned around now, innit? Yeah, like we would just, when you get home, like we would just boot it up. You'd smash it out on the drums. I'd be there on guitar, and we'd just smash it out on expert. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that anymore. It's just coming back to me being lazy again, isn't it?
No, well, not necessarily. I mean, we're going to be releasing an article on this that I've been working on the last few days about our experiences with Guitar Hero and Rock Band and where it might be going and so on. It doesn't help. I mean, most people who would take an interest in these new franchises coming out have probably got the old instruments in their loft or in their cupboard, you know, bundled up somewhere.
Still there.
Hiding. That doesn't really help matters when you're buying a new setup. I mean, there's been talk that at least like Rock Band at least might try and get some sort of compatibility with your old instruments, your old drum kits, and so on and so forth.
That means nothing to us because they're on Xbox.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's
I don't know.
true.
I've got a USB one, like an Xbox USB one. Would that work? Do you reckon?
Well, they were all USB, weren't they? So, I don't know.
No, they were wireless, weren't they?
Oh yeah, they were wireless.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I got like
the World Tour stuff was wireless, wasn't it?
Guitar, which was USB, I think. So maybe, but I doubt it.
I think it comes down to whether it. I just don't know. I don't know the answer. Was it just a bit of a hiatus? Was that the requirement?
I don't know.
Did there just need to be a bit of a gap? Did people get burnt out on it? I mean, Activision specifically just flooded the market.
Oh, God,
you know, like Guitar Hero, Metallica, Green Day.
I used to hate every week or something going on Xbox Live.
Yeah.
And the amount of fucking downloadable songs, I'd be like, oh, what's the new DLC this week? And it'd just be like a million Rock Band and Guitar Hero songs. I'm like, oh, fuck this.
You know, the fact that was all microtransactions and DLC, like, as well. I don't know. I don't know the answer. I can't tell you whether just having like a 5-year gap was the answer, or if they need to innovate in some way. There's been the Rocksmith stuff.
People are going to get all nostalgic about it and be like, oh, remember the days and all that lot.
Yeah, and I must confess, I can't help but feel a little bit like that myself.
You.
It is me. It is me.
No.
Yeah. I used to love it.
Too much.
I don't know.
You used to strum yourself silly to it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Strum myself right off. Rock Band's been confirmed. Guitar Hero's a rumour.
Yeah, it'll probably come out.
E3 launch.
You can't have one without the other.
No, no, exactly. So yeah, so that's the news.
Yeah, news.
Do you have a question for us here at the Justice for Gamers podcast? Every week we'll be ending the show with questions and comments sent in by you. Pop us a message on one of our social media sites or send an email to contact@justiceforgamers.com and we'll do our best to sort you out.
So now we will hopefully in the future be doing Q&A, but as this is our first podcast and our website is just about going live, we haven't really got any questions. So in the future, please contact us through various media, social media even, through Facebook, which is Justice for Gamers, I guess. At Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.com/Justice for Gamers.
Yep, nailed that. Our Twitter is @Justice for Gamer, not gamers. And
some bastard took it. Justice for Gamers.
Why would he do
They'll
that?
be sorry in the future, but for now it's Justice for Gamers singular. They sure are.
And
I'm going to ship you their letterbox.
or you can email us at contact@justiceforgamers.com. So, in the spirit of question and answer sessions, I'm going to ask the question: what are you most excited for this year? In computer games, obviously, not just anything. Not like, oh, I'm really looking forward to Christmas.
I mean, Christmas is going to be fantastic.
Well, it could be. Who knows? It's the future. It might not. We might not even make it. But anyway.
Wow. I mean,
it's deep.
That's the attitude.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to racing games. That's what I'm looking forward to.
You like racing?
I love my racing games. I don't have one right now.
Don't you? I'm
Drive
sure
Club.
you've got one.
Drive Club has been a series of unfortunate events.
Oh, cheat. Like it.
Drive Club needs private fucking lobbies. The fact that it doesn't have any, and we're in March, is an absolute joke.
In a way,
I've seen some previews.
Best. People
equal shit. Yeah. It's a little bit worried. I knew what you were going to say then, but I did. Project Cars. I really like the look of. I'm excited about the cars and the tracks and everything. I've seen a couple of previews that people were quite underwhelmed. I refuse to
acknowledge them.
Take that as gospel. No, not acknowledge. I refuse to believe it. No, I hope that game is good. I will wait a week after it comes out, and I will. If it is good, then I will buy it.
Yeah, we'll get that.
What I'm most excited for is the new Formula One game, because previous F1 games have been the most fun I've had on a racing game since Project Gotham, the greatest.
Yeah, PGR.
Codemasters capture the spirit of hard versus rewarding. Like,
yeah.
I feel it's fair. If you crash, it feels like it's your fault. I like watching F1 anyway. I'm very excited about that. They've leaked some photos here and there, or someone has, probably not them.
They've leaked photos,
or maybe they have.
Well,
it's a very intricate games industry these days, Ash, and you just don't know.
Who knows?
Anyway, yeah, race. I'm looking forward to racing games.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit also. I'm looking forward to Battlefront, the dice shooter that's coming out at some point. There's a new Star Wars coming out at Christmas, and I haven't had a good shooter for ages. I got burnt on Battlefield 4 because I bought it at launch when it was buggy as fuck, and got so agitated with it that I won't go back. And a good Star Wars shooter would be fantastic. So yeah, Project Cars, hopefully. F1 and Battlefront are the things that I'm most looking forward to in 2015. What about you, Ash?
But I'm going to take this year and, really open my eyes up to what games that I want to play. I don't really want to play any of them. They all look terrible. I'm
they all
more
look
excited
toilet, don't
about
they?
little games that I don't know are coming out, and then they'll come out and I'll be like, oh, this is amazing. That's what I'm excited about.
Like Helldivers.
Yeah, crap like that. Not crap, but
Trine, mate.
Yeah, Trine 3. Oh, yeah, there you go. I'm excited about Trine 3.
We love Trine.
That is it. But I think I'm more excited about all these little games that I know nothing about, and I probably won't know nothing about until they've come out and people are like, oh yeah, check out this out, it's really good, or whatever, and then I will check it out and it will be really good. But all like the big AAA games, like Uncharted, is that this year or is that next year? I don't know. That could be good. I enjoyed the first two. I got halfway through the third and got bored with it. So maybe
so much doesn't have a date on it yet, does it? So you just don't really know what's coming out this year.
Yeah, I don't know.
We wait for June.
Oh, is Rainbow Six this year?
Yes, it is.
There you go.
Allegedly.
Well, yeah, Ubisoft.
The new Rainbow.
Ooh,
I missed that out of my.
Yeah, mate.
Ask me again. No,
I'm not asking again.
Fuck you. Okay, you can have it.
It's mine. It's mine.
Yeah, we're massive. We were huge Vegas fans, weren't we?
Yeah, big. Yeah, fans. That was ace. I want two of you to go.
Oh man, yeah, those games were fantastic.
Yeah, that's probably the game that I'm most looking forward to. Rainbow Six, finally a first-person shooter that I will enjoy. Fingers crossed.
Ubisoft.
Oh,
might be shit. I don't know.
Probably will.
No. Optimism. It looks.
I'm
class.
worried about the fact that you can literally blow a hole in every single wall.
No, you can't.
Worried. Yeah, you can. Of course you can.
One of the defensive perk weapon thingies.
It's like super glue to stick the wall back together.
You can put a barrier up that blocks certain
explosives,
egress points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I just make a fort out of this stuff?
I don't know. Well, you just make a box around the hostage.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Be like, yeah, fuck you. Get her now.
Get in it.
Yeah. That game should be fun. I'll enjoy that. We'll do some. What did we used to play? It was
Terrorist Hunt.
Was that what it was called? Terrorist Hunt. Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
No, we used to play Attack and Defend.
Attack and Defend on the Villa
map of Vegas 2.
All day, every day. Even like 6 years after it came out. That's probably about this year.
Unstoppable on that.
But yeah, a good few years when there was only like 5 people on there, we'd still be there. Good times.
So it looks like we're about coming to the end of the old JFG podcast, the inaugural JFG podcast. What do you think about that?
That word.
I threw that in there on the off chance that you might kill yourself with confusion.
Well, that's definitely me done for this week anyway. Because I'm going to have to spend the whole of this week researching this word, I think.
I expect a like a year 5 sort of project on the word inaugural for next week's podcast.
I'll make some sort of diorama.
Okay, excellent news.
Yeah,
but yeah, this is going to be a weekly thing, and
hopefully it should be. I don't see why not. We just spend an evening chatting crap about computer games. I mean, it's not like we don't do that every day.
Yeah, totally. It's just about pressing record while you're doing it.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
Be fun. Having a bit of structure, maybe.
So yeah, if you are someone who has listened to this, thank you very much.
Well done for making it to the end.
Welcome, you made it to the end. Yeah. Please feel free to contact us, comment, and so on and so forth. We are on Facebook. We are Facebook.com/Justice for Gamers. We are on Twitter. We are at Justice for Gamer, because some bastard took the plural. We'll be on YouTube. We're planning on doing some Let's Plays, some funny videos with GTA and Pro Evo and all sorts of stuff. That'll be coming soon. We're on YouTube /Justice for Gamers.
I don't think it is / that. I think we're / blah 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 blah. But if you just search for us, we'll probably pop up.
Search Justice for Gamers, you'll find us.
Maybe not.
I'm not going to read out the Google Plus.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Best of luck. Visit us on Google Plus. But if you head over to justiceforgamers.com, and also please come along to F4P Fonz Phoenix, and
fill your boots.
We're always looking for new things to put on our wall of fame and shame. And there's a comment section on each of the topics we got up there already. If you think there's something worthy of the wall, then please contact us. There's all sorts of methods to do so. I just described them. Hopefully you were listening. If not, you just need to rewind. It'll be fine. Welcome. And thanks very much for listening. And we will catch you next week. So it's goodbye from me, Alex, and it is goodbye from Ash.
Bye.
There he is. Goodbye.
There's two lonesome people in the whole wide world. That's me and the man in the moon.